What if I told you that every time you complain, you're not just expressing frustration, but you're actually handing over control of your life to external forces? Imagine you're stuck in traffic, complaining about the delay. What if that moment could have been used to improve your mindset, your productivity, or even your mood? Today, we're going to dive into why the Stoics believed complaining is one of the most damaging habits you can have, and how you can free yourself from it. In a world where it feels almost second nature to complain about everything from the weather to our daily struggles, it's easy to think it's harmless. But Stoicism teaches us a different story. Complaining isn't just a bad habit, it's a destructive force that can leave us feeling powerless, frustrated, and trapped. The Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca, taught that our happiness doesn't come from external circumstances, but from how we choose to respond to them. In this video, we'll explore why complaining steals your power and how adopting a Stoic mindset can help you break free from it forever. Number 1. Complaining focuses on the negative. When we complain, we focus on everything that's going wrong. It's like putting all our attention on a small crack in the wall and ignoring the entire house. The more we complain, the more we're reinforcing the negative things in our lives. The Stoics, particularly Epictetus, emphasized that we can't control the external world, but we can control how we react to it. Complaining about a problem doesn't solve it, it just entrenches us in negativity. For example, when you're stuck in traffic, you can either spend that time fuming and getting more agitated, or you can shift your focus and use the moment to practice patience or reflect on something positive. The Stoics would argue that by choosing a more mindful response, you create space for inner peace rather than reinforcing frustration. Number 2, complaining makes you a victim. Every time you complain, you're essentially saying, "I am powerless in this situation." Complaining makes us feel like we're at the mercy of the world and not in control of our own reactions. The Stoic philosophers believed that our power lies in how we choose to react to events. When we complain, we give away that power. Take a moment to think about how often you complain about things like long lines, bad service, or bad weather. Each time you complain, you place the blame outside yourself. But a Stoic approach would be to acknowledge that external circumstances are outside our control, and instead of complaining, we can decide how we respond. When we stop complaining, we take back our power and regain control over our emotional state. Number 3, complaints lead to stress and anxiety. We've all had moments when something small triggers an unnecessary outburst of frustration. These little complaints might seem harmless, but research shows that when we focus on things that upset us, we raise our stress levels. Complaining can be a breeding ground for anxiety, fueling negative thoughts that spiral out of control. Seneca famously said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." Complaints often exaggerate a minor inconvenience into a full-blown crisis in our minds. The Stoics taught that it's not the event itself that causes suffering, but our thoughts about it. By reframing complaints into challenges we can learn from, we can reduce stress and anxiety and focus on solutions rather than getting stuck in a cycle of frustration. The next time something goes wrong, try to catch yourself before complaining. Ask yourself, how can I handle this with calmness and clarity? You'll find that when you approach problems with this mindset, they feel much less daunting. Number 4, complaining damages relationships. Ever been around someone who constantly complains? They often bring down the energy in the room, right? Complaining doesn't just affect you, it affects the people around you as well. When you constantly vocalize dissatisfaction, you're creating a negative environment that can make others feel drained, helpless, or even irritated. Relationships, whether personal or professional, thrive on understanding, positivity, and constructive communication. The Stoics believed that part of wisdom is knowing when to speak and when to remain silent. Instead of complaining about a colleague's behavior or an issue in your relationship, the Stoics would advise you to express your concerns calmly without blame. By refraining from unnecessary complaints, you foster healthier relationships and create an environment where mutual respect and positive change can flourish. Number 5. Gratitude is the antidote to complaining. One of the most powerful tools in the Stoic arsenal is gratitude. Marcus Aurelius, perhaps the most famous Stoic emperor, constantly reminded himself of the things he was thankful for, even in the midst of hardship. Gratitude shifts our focus from what's wrong to what's right, and it helps us appreciate even the smallest joys in life. Instead of complaining about a bad day at work, the Stoics would encourage you to reflect on what went well. Perhaps you learned something valuable, made a positive connection with a colleague, or simply got through a challenging situation. Focusing on what's going well allows you to break free from the trap of constant dissatisfaction. By making gratitude a daily practice, you train your mind to notice the good, which diminishes the tendency to complain about the bad. Number 6. Embrace challenges, don't avoid them. The Stoics didn't shy away from challenges. In fact, they welcomed them because they saw difficulties as opportunities for growth. Complaining about challenges only holds us back from learning and evolving. Instead of lamenting a tough situation, Stoicism teaches us to embrace it with resilience and courage. Every obstacle you face is an opportunity to develop a new skill, build patience, or practice virtue. For instance, instead of complaining about a difficult project at work, embrace it as a chance to expand your capabilities. The Stoics knew that life isn't about avoiding pain or discomfort. It's about learning how to thrive despite them. Each challenge you face with a Stoic mindset strengthens your character and prepares you for future obstacles. Complaining about adversity only keeps you stuck. Embracing it helps you grow. Complaining doesn't change anything. It doesn't solve problems, and it doesn't make you stronger. In fact, it weakens your power and dims your potential. By adopting a Stoic mindset, you can break free from the cycle of complaints and take control of your life. Remember, happiness isn't found in changing external circumstances, but in changing your response to them. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more Stoic wisdom. Share your thoughts in the comments. What's one situation where you've stopped complaining and embraced a Stoic response? We'd love to hear how Stoicism has helped you stop complaining and start living with intention.